All right, so to complete this activity, it will happen in 3 parts. The first part is a model, and you are just going to look at this model and you're going to add text into each of these boxes. Here's the 3 things that you'll put into those boxes. So just examine the model for a minute. This is showing how the life cycle of living things like us that reproduce sexually happens. And there are stages where we are being ourselves as an infant. This you could think of as you, right? If you ever become a parent, in order to do that, you're going to need a partner. And then there's going to have to be reproduction that occurs where the partners combine their DNA. The reason that we are learning about this new process called meiosis is because if each of these 2 people that are going to make a baby were to give all of their DNA to the offspring, then that DNA, the baby would have too much DNA. So if 2 people are going to make one, they each can only give half of their DNA. And that's what this process, this life cycle process is. So you'll start off, just examine this, do part 1, fill these in. Then you should be able at that point, using the words that are on the model, to fill in this part. Move on to the second comparison. In this one, we're taking a process we've already learned about, mitosis, and comparing it to meiosis. There's a bunch of vocabulary words here that you'll need to fill out this table on the bottom. To fill out the table, each column is information you're going to record about either mitosis, which is the process shown here. This one we've already learned about, that we used for growing, that we use to heal ourselves if we get cut, to differentiate ourselves. We've already learned about mitosis. And then this row, you'll record information about meiosis, this new process we're learning about. But you see the outcomes are different. They start the same, but the outcome is different. Okay? So each column has a piece of information. Some of them will be a little bit easier to understand than others. Like, for instance, here it might look confusing. Compare them using the terms haploid and diploid. You might be like, I don't know what those are. That's fine. Go back up here and look for those descriptions. Some other words you might see, gamete or somatic. These words are down here, and you'll notice that they use vocabulary terms, and this might be a good idea for you to just connect when you're seeing within these definitions words that you don't understand. You might want to connect them to the definition of that word above. So fill this table out. Once you've done that, you're going to go to the back page. Now for this page, you will need to open a video in Schoology. It's linked in the subplans right underneath this video that you're listening to right now. This meiosis video, you'll want the audio on. It's Miss Tortorellis taking you through the stages of meiosis, okay? Starting with that first cell. And you'll be coloring these chromosomes different colors. There's the maternal and the paternal copy, so that means the mother and the father copy. And each time you're going to sort of color and label. She'll have some letters on there, and she's going to take you through each of the cells, and each time there's a question to answer. Answer them the best you can. We will go over these. We want you to try to answer them the way you think that they should be answered, okay? And then we'll go over the rest of it later. One of the big ideas happens here at the end, where you're imagining a different ending to the process. So this is the end of meiosis, as she will show you in the diagram, and then she'll stop and she'll say, oh, but here's another way it could have happened. That's what this last question is about, to show you that there are multiple different ways. Okay, you should complete this today. If you do not complete it in class, try to finish this, or do finish this up at home so that you have this ready to go on Friday. All right, thank you.